brought to you by Waffle House. Alright, you crazy cats, this is Steve from Bullet Belt. You're listening to Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt and Scully. Turn this fucking shit up.
Hey, this is Joe from Gamma Bomb here, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt.
This is the Crypt from Metal-O-Mania. I got my headphones on and my dick in your cat. Let's party. It's time to metal.
You're listening to the best Metal-O-Mania.live.
You are listening to the home of metal, Metal-O-Mania.live. Powered by B Squared Inc. Entertainment. Hello there!
Okay, so then let's do it, bitch.
Wolfix on!
And that was Alpha Wolf to kick off episode number 182 of Metal-O-Mania. Welcome to the show, everybody, and welcome, Miss Scully. How are you tonight?
I'm great, thank you. How are you doing?
I am good, and I am ready to metal. Ready to bring it.
Yeah.
Going to be a good one. Mm-hmm. Going to be a good show. We appreciate everybody turning off their fantasy football stuff for a few minutes to hang out with us, man. I understand. I realize it's full-on fantasy football season going on. Right. Draft season, actually.
It's draft time.
Draft time.
Which,
I
guess we will not get in too deep into that, except that I'm going to dominate.
Yeah, I know. People say they never want you to talk about your religion or your fantasy football team to them, so we won't do that to you. But yeah, Scully drafted a hell of a team for herself this yesterday, or a couple days ago, excuse me, and I might have to be drafting during the show tonight. That's why I bring it up.
No.
I told you I'm happy that you turned off the coverage, but I might literally be doing the show to you while in the middle of a draft here at some point this evening, depending on how late we go.
That's not acceptable for either.
We'll see how it rolls.
Situation.
Hey man, you gotta win it. You gotta get in it to win it. So, many of you may or may not know. Actually, we started our whole radio careers, if you will, as fantasy football show. Our very first show we ever did was a fantasy football advice show. Right. We did it for an entire season, and when the season was over, we decided we wanted to keep doing something. And my passion was metal, and here we are. Right. So, pretty cool.
And there wasn't much to talk about, given that there was no preseason.
Yeah, this year for sure. I know. I know. Maybe we'll bring something back, though. I still talk to Stanton Bean, as we called him on the football show, and maybe we'll bring some kind of... If you are a fantasy football show, or a fan, excuse me, let us know if you'd be interested in that. I was bringing that back. But anyway, moving on. I say that because I may literally be drafting a little bit of a team while we're doing the show tonight. So, here we go. But it's going to be a good show, man. We are going to be talking to Plague Years tonight out of Detroit, Michigan. Okay. Fuck yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Their new release, Circle of Darkness, is silly and fucking badassery, and I couldn't wait to get them on the show, and I'm very glad to say that we did. So we're going to talk to them tonight.
Awesome.
Good times. And thank you last week for Bullet Belt for hanging out with us, man. Steve from Bullet Belt, very cool guy, man. Appreciated that. So get into the archives. And again, we are soon to unveil the new website for you that will make it easier to get into the archives. And we'll keep you posted.
Working on it.
But not to be overlooked, that was Alpha Wolf, like I said, that we opened up the show with. The song was Akudema. I hope I'm saying that correctly.
Okay.
And the release is A Quiet Place to Die. This is an Australian metalcore band from Tasmania, currently located in Melbourne, Australia.
I've been there.
Yeah, that's Scully's been there. She's been walking on them grounds. And the name Alpha Wolf came from the movie The Grey, which I thought was pretty cool. Info. Okay. I like to dig out the little triviums.
Right.
And that's pretty good shit. So, yeah, man, I dig the fuck out of that release. It's fucking powerful. It makes me want to break things. And if it makes me want to break things, it's likely to get played on the show because we are here to be your soundtrack for destruction. Right, Scully?
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, what are we going to get into tonight? We're going to talk about some goofy things.
I thought you just were going to go all over the place. You didn't really have. Do you have a plan?
Nah, fuck no. Well, honestly, I didn't have a plan this week because I got fantasy football in the mind, man. We've been fantasy. Fantasy football is underway for me. So we're going to talk shit, goofy stuff. We did get great feedback from you guys last week on our discussion on the toys and the recalled products and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool. We had a lot of fun talking with everybody about that. So do get into the archives. We are also, speaking of the early days of our show, one of the moments that I realized that this show may actually turn into something was the very first time we talked to Riley from Power Trip, honestly, man. Episode number 22, crazy. This is our 182nd show. Riley came on our show on number 22.
Wow.
And in my opinion, that's a testament to what a type of duty was, man. We were a fledgling, really just getting started networking, and he was still like,
we interviewed him live.
And it was live.
Yeah. I said we. I wasn't even a part of it at that point.
Ballwood was there with us that night, yeah. So we're going to play that for you later in the show, as a matter of fact, man. We're going to revisit
about that,
yeah.
actually.
And what was cool, too, is the timing of it worked out to where we talked to him 2 days before Nightmare Logic came out. 2 days.
Nice.
We talked to him on Wednesday, Friday that came out, and as you know, amazing. Yeah. Well, and I see in the wake of his passing, the Nightmare Logic has become the #1 record right now. #1. And with good calls, man. My only thing there is I wish people would have known it sooner because what a great fucking... That album, there's no weak moment on that entire release. So... But we'll revisit that and we'll play.
Very cool.
And we're going to be talking to Plague Years tonight, and our buddy in Plague Years, him and Riley know each other. They've been on the road together, so he'll tell us a little bit about that as well. So
Nice.
there we
Okay.
go. We're going to have a good show, man. We got lots in store for you. We're going to talk about some goofy stuff. Like even right now, did you see everybody's losing their mind over the pictures of Ozzy Osbourne with gray hair?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. That's pretty funny.
Is he supposed to dye his hair forever?
Right.
It is goofy, man. It's a good thing I don't take off this fucking hat, I guess, huh? So, where's your gray hair? Why don't you have gray hair? You've been with me for 20 years, Scully. How do you not have more gray hair?
It's just like one random one, like one kind of crazy one, because they're always like wild, crazy ones. So yeah,
you would think anybody out there who hangs out or follows us at all would think, holy shit, she's been with him 20 years. You should be more gray.
they're like I'm saying, like I mean, you're not gonna see it in the video, but there's like one. There's like
one. I got one. You don't pull it though because you're afraid it'll turn into 20. Is that
no,
the deal?
I don't pull it because I love it.
Oh,
It's my little
you
wild.
earned it.
It's my little wild gray hair. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's fucking wild. It just like
It does what it wants.
yeah.
Yeah, see, kind of like
But it
your
doesn't
husband.
seem to like grow. Like for it's
Kind of
just,
like your husband.
It became that like gray overnight because it's already that long, right? It wasn't like growing.
That long, kind of like your husband again. Keep going.
And it's just there.
Well, yeah, that too, unfortunately. But yeah, you're good stuff, man. We're gonna plow you with metal all tonight. But you have had the chance to look over our playlist and check out a little bit, Scully. What do you think?
Killer, of
We're
course.
We're gonna destroy you tonight, man. I'm telling
Yes.
you. Throw the furniture into the yard.
What's funny is my mask that I've been wearing to work.
Yeah, cerebral desecration. Our buddies out of Texas.
Yeah, like
Another
it's
band out of Texas, by the way.
non-metal folks can't read that. They don't know
they're
what
like,
the hell
what
that
the
is.
fuck?
And somebody's like, "What is that?" And I said, "Cerebral desiccation. They're abandoning them." Started talking. They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Cerebral desiccation." Like what? Like, just never mind.
Just never mind, man.
Like, we're gonna destroy your brain. Is
Tell
what
them
we're
it's a
saying.
horror movie.
Right?
Just tell them it's a
Like-
horror movie. It's easier. It's some horror movie some French guy made, man. There you go. It's not like they're going to track down the band. If they don't know, they don't know. You know what I mean? This is our thing. This is our metal La Cosa Nostra, as I
Right.
like to say. This is our thing. If they don't get it, it's their fucking loss, baby. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you know what? We're going to remind you why all night long tonight. We have an extended playlist for you. We're going to play extra jams because I just couldn't help it, and I'll tell you why later in the show. But let's dive right into it. Let's do the early two-piece combo.
Okay.
And we're going to open this up with some Bark, man. This Bark album is badass. It's a little death and roll for you from Belgium. This song was taken from their third full-length album, Written in Stone, which is just coming out right now, as a matter of fact. Written in Stone. I'm a Wreck is the jam we're going to play for it, and then we're going to follow that up with some Chemicide. If you hang out with us here at the show, we had Frankie from Chemicide on the show before. Awesome fucking dude, awesome band. This album, Inequality, is just silly good, man. So fantastic. And now they have a brand new video from it for Overload, so I couldn't wait to share it with you, and you're going to love them if you don't already. So what do you think?
Let's play it.
Let's do the metal thing.
All right, let's go.
Much love.
Much metal.
Let's do episode 182, you guys, man. You fucking rock for that. For real. Love you motherfuckers, man. Let's go.
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy? Or are you gonna bite?
When it
Don't wreck our show, you hoser.
Hey guys, welcome to Review Town USA. I'm Mr. Review. Today I'm going to be reviewing a product that a lot of you, for some reason, have been suggesting I review. It is the Belladonna Pocket Pussy by Doc Johnson. Now, I've used this product a couple times, and I gotta say, as far as the pussy aspect of it goes, the silicone texture is pretty realistic, I'm assuming. But the part I'm not really too crazy about is the pocket aspect of it. See, I thought this product would be more so designed to fit the dimensions of my pocket and even act as such, and I've even provided a little demo video here. It's a little too bulky to really get all the way in there without sticking out and calling attention to itself. Additionally, the hole on top where you're supposed to store all your items is just a little bit too small to really get your things in and out of there. Now, I also purchased the recommended lube that the instructions suggest, which did make it a little easier to get, things in and out of it, but ultimately I'd recommend carrying maybe some napkins or paper towels around with you.
Motherfucker just took my money.
Hey guys, this is Frankie from Chemicide, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt.
Ostracism hurts. It's undeniably painful to be shunned from a group.
What I'm trying to do is reach out to these people, wherever they are in the world, and tell them, you are not weird. You are not stupid. You do not need to try harder. You are not a failed version of normal. You are different. You are beautiful. And you are not alone.
So we stick together, no matter what.
Yeah.
And we're 3 songs in, and there's blood on your chin. I know there is, man. I can see it. We're coming out throwing punches tonight. This playlist is designed to leave you bleeding, and we're going to do our best job. We're going to put our best foot forward on that, man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Fuck yeah. A little bark, a little Kimicide. And I've been checking out some crazy news going on in the metal world, man. It appears it is official, though. Former Slayer guitarist Kerry King does seem to be, this project looks like it's going to be taken off with Paul Ballstaff at drums. It seems to have tied Gary Holt to this project, who is, if I'm not mistaken, Gary Holt's in the studio right now doing the pre-production stuff on the next Exodus record. So Gary Holt's a busy dude.
Busy motherfucker.
That dude stays in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
But and Pantera singer, former Pantera singer Phil Anselmo is tied to this project. So that's pretty crazy, man. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to it. Ballstaff has said
musically it's going to
sound a little bit like Slayer without it being Slayer. Which I'm in. You know, I'm in. But this hat is my trademark for a reason, you know, at this point, man, because I fucking practically have them tattooed on my life as it is. You know, I love me some Slayers. So. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I'm surprised you don't have a Slayer tattoo. Actually.
Oh, now that you mention it, we'll have to go and do that next week, huh? Yeah, something to do next week. So. As you know, everybody, I got my new ink. We'll talk about it. You see it on social media. We've talked about it enough. But shout out to Joe Wanted Orange Tattoo in Annapolis, man. If you're ever in that area, go over there and get some ink because that motherfucker's a badass.
Yep.
So what else is going on, Miss Scully?
Back to Ozzy for a second.
Yeah.
I just think, you know, so I'm curious. We, as a society, we don't want to see people that we love and cherish get old. You know, it's so heartbreaking.
It is.
But you want them to do it gracefully.
Yeah, you don't want them to turn into some abomination of plastic surgery, in my opinion.
Those guys are, it's always so sad. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Jim Palmer comes to mind.
Yeah, I love my Jim.
He has,
I'm an Orioles fan.
I love, right. Everybody loves Jim. I love his commentating, actually. But he's just done too much, you know.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a human being anymore.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, we know you're a lot older than what you're trying to look.
Yeah, and he doesn't look like a human being. Some of them don't look like a human being anymore. You do too much plastic surgery to yourself, and it is bananas looking, man.
I'm sorry, buddy, but
you know, and unfortunately, I think Nicole Kidman's starting to do some of that shit to herself.
Oh no,
yeah,
she's
man.
so beautiful.
I love her. I just, you know, we were flipping through some shit the other night, and that To Die For movie came on.
You can still be beautiful when you're an elderly lady. I'm not at all claiming that, like, you know, your beauty's gone by any means. It's so
you know,
sad.
I lost a little bit of love for her when I loved her forever. I used to love her, like in To Die For. I thought she was beautiful. I loved her in that movie.
Yeah.
But I lost a little bit of love for her when she married Keith Urban, of course, who was a country music singer.
Oh, I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
But I gained a little bit more love for her because I just saw recently that her and country music singer Keith Urban, her husband, went to an Iron Maiden concert recently. Well, before the world shut down, anyway.
Okay.
But I thought that's pretty cool. So she got a little bit of my love back.
Okay,
you know, for going
that's
to the
kind of
Maiden
funny.
show.
But yeah, so Ozzy anyway was seen out in public with the gray hair.
With the gray hair, and people are losing
sporting
their
his
shit.
age.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, what is he supposed to do? Just diet forever?
Yeah. What are you supposed to do?
Is he
Shave your head
responsible
bald,
for keeping
or
himself
he did that
looking
before.
how you want him to look?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And Ozzy ain't no spring chicken no more, man. So.
And if you're comfortable with turning gray, more power to you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people struggle with that. So if that's something that you can deal with, and, you know, like, good for you, man.
Man, we know some vain motherfuckers that are going to struggle with that shit. I'm not as vain as other people I know, and I struggle with it. So if you do have an extra dose of vanity, man, that's how to be a tough transition.
That's why you marry somebody 10 years older than you.
Fucking.
You just are young forever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
That's why I married someone 10 years younger, so I could stay young forever. So.
Is it working for you?
Not so much. Not so much. Still feeling pretty old, but
that's funny. So anyway, I'd like to hear what you guys think. Should Ozzy be forced, I guess, to dye his hair black?
Dye your hair, man. So the rest of us feel better about your aging.
About how we're getting older in our lives.
Right.
Or are you supportive of like the, going gray and doing it naturally?
Do
you want more people to
I'm going to go out naturally, as ugly as it gets, babe. So buckle in.
I mean, I'll dye my hair a time or two, I'm sure, but that's all in fun. I've been dyeing my hair my whole life, different colors, so.
Yeah. I dye my ball hair here and there, more or less, during sports seasons and shit to support my franchises, And by franchises, I mean my fantasy team, baby. Almost time. Anyway, sorry. I told you I'd stop doing that, but I won't. I probably won't.
No.
But did you see, we are not big Five Finger Death Punch fans here on the show. We've made that clear. We've taken some shots at them. Well, no, there is news on them. I see that Jason Hook. It looks like Jason Hook is kicked out of the band. So,
okay.
There was they had picked up that guitar player who was or bassist. That's how little I know about the band, honestly. But the guy was going through some health shit. They picked up a guy in the interim, and it looks like they're not bringing the Jason Hook guy back. It's on our headline, so I'm sharing it with you.
Oh,
but it leads me to something.
Does that mean that guy's health stuff is not going well?
Well, no. He sounds like he's back to ready to go, but they've kind of moved on with the dude that has replaced him.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah, that sucks. It depends on what the health thing is.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I guess it depends.
If you did it to yourself, then fuck you. But if it's something that you didn't, then that sucks. Fucked up.
Right.
But it leads me to a thing, and it's a discussion that I was having with somebody on social media recently about the band Five Finger Death Punch.
Okay.
And someone was going back and forth. I kind of got in the middle of a conversation that was already going on, honestly. But someone said Five Finger Death Punch sucks. And another dude took issue with it, of course, and then they got back and forth at each other. And I think that it's a good time to introduce a new way to talk about this shit. Because I am not a Five Finger Death Punch fan. I'm not. But I don't think they suck. There's a big difference. There's a big distinction, and we need to be better at labeling things that.
Well, it's just insulting. Some people like it, and some people don't like it.
Right.
But either way, somebody's put their own hard work into it.
You know what? They found a niche, and they play to. They cater to it. Their fan base is ex-military 23-year-olds who are just getting out of the military. I mean, it is. They cater to that shit, and those dudes eat it up. And more power to them, man. What the fuck? Who am I to piss on that?
Right.
But my thing of it is, now there are some bands and stuff that I do think suck. Now, I'm not saying I don't think they suck. I'm not saying nothing sucks. Everything's great. That's not my point. My point is that there's a difference between things that suck and things that you don't like. I don't like Eminem. I'm not an Eminem fan.
Okay,
not a
I see
fan.
what you're saying.
Don't get the rap shit. It's not my thing.
Okay.
But I can clearly see he's a talented dude. It doesn't take genius for me to realize that dude has talent. The dude, he does his thing well. But I'm not into his thing. Therefore his thing doesn't suck. He doesn't suck. It's just not for me.
Right,
you know what I mean? It's not I don't like it for me. And we need to do better at that. And when it comes to so many things, not just music, honestly, but I'm going to keep it to music because it is this Metal-O-Mania. But if you, apply this to a bigger spectrum of your life, I do think would be beneficial to mankind, honestly, man. You need to make the differentiation between what is for you, you know what I mean? And what is for other people. I heard somebody say once, my wife is the best wife ever. But isn't that for you, right? I mean, she was the best wife for you. That doesn't mean she'd be the best wife for anybody in the world.
Right.
That just means she's the best wife for you.
Right.
And there's so many things like that. And we can't seem to handle that anymore. We used to be okay with that. But now it's like, I love it and you don't, fuck you. You must be canceled. Or I hate it and you love it, fuck you.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
We got to get away from that.
Yeah.
We just do.
I
that
think
time is
too,
gone.
especially in social media, where bands are in a lot of these, self-promoting and they're just like up and coming, and so they're doing their own promoting. I guess to go just back to that because I don't really know what else to say, but
right, but they're
out there. Think about that for just 1 second before you're like, this sucks. You're shit. He put a lot of work, or he or she, whatever, put a lot of work into that.
For sure.
They're probably very proud of it, hoping
For
that it's
sure.
received well. And, for you to just be shitty and just that dismissive, it's just mean.
Honestly, yeah.
And you're not thinking about it from a personal level as a human being. You just want to, be cool on a fucking comment, and
right.
That's where the world has gone ugly.
That's where we're ignorant.
Yeah.
By the time you've heard that shit, that person has invested probably a year of their life into it.
Yeah.
And the creation of it, the writing of it, the whole thing, man, getting with their friends to make it happen, and the production and the whole deal. and then for you to 2 seconds and be like, yeah, you suck. You know, it is fucked up. It's a honestly, it reminds me of a show we had months ago. I remember we were doing a show, or I think we were even playing a repeat that night, which is why you and I were very involved in the board,
chatting,
in the chat board. And there was a point in the show where you were saying something, and you listed like 5 things, and everything I responded with, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. And someone popped in there and was like, okay, I saw this guy say fuck yeah 5 times. That's enough for me. I'm out. And I thought to myself, like, for real? Like, the show is a little bit more than that. You know what I mean? If you hang around for another couple of minutes, you'll see that it's not just me saying fuck yeah over. I mean, all right, now there is a lot of that.
I was going to say, I think last week I started the show saying, hell yeah, like every response. But,
all right, well,
we're fucking dumbass stoners. Like, fuck you, man.
We're dumbass stoners.
You don't ever say anything stupid.
But, right. Most of you are with us, too, and that's why we have fun together. So, fuck it. Yeah, I mean, fuck it.
Fuck yeah.
Right. But it does feel like, damn it, you know, you put so much effort into something and then somebody just dismisses it without, you know. Yeah. It's a little ridiculous. So we need to get better at that. Right. We need to get better at that. We need to get better at saying, that's not for me. Not that it sucks and that it's terrible, whatever. Just, that's not for me. That's not my thing. You know?
Right. That makes sense.
And then, again, extrapolate that to a higher level and the whole world's a better place.
Apply that to your whole life.
Yeah, man. The world's a better place. Okay, so let's play a jam. Let's go to. Oh man, I got fucking. Are you guys fans of Talkus? Because I sure am. We told you about them a couple of years ago on the show, as a matter of fact, when on their last release, a brand new EP from these fucking Mexican thrashers came out this past Friday, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, and it's just what the doctor ordered for you. It's a stellar showing. The song is called Outsider God Creation, or OGC, and the album is The Beginning of the End. And that may just be where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. So let's check it out.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
Everybody likes this, like an abbreviated anything.
DRI.
So, yeah. Give us the OGC.
OGC time, baby. All right, cover the living room in plastic and let's do it. Let's do this thing. Here you go, Talkus.
Your techno music beguiles me. Let me put it in your butt.
that be a warning to you? Next time, I shall hurl a lightning bolt right in your face.
And that's how you take some tokus on the tokus. All right, there we go. I said it. I don't care. I'm not afraid of corny jokes, motherfucker. I'll do this thing. But yeah, that EP fucking silly good, man. Tokus is a badass band. You definitely should be supporting them already if you are not. Take our word for it. And to keep you up, that's Alpha Wolf, Bark, Chemicide, and Tokus so far on episode 182 of Metal-O-Mania. There we go. Let me change my... All right, there we go.
Whoa.
That's how I stack it and rack it, baby.
That was wild.
That's how I stack it and rack it. So what were we saying in the last break? That corn sucks? No, I mean, I'm kidding. It's a joke. All right. So I see that we did speak of Gary Holt a little bit. And it is true. The Exodus, they are in full-on pre-production for the Exodus, man. Yeah, their first album since 2014's Blood In, Blood Out, which was an amazing album, by the way. I keep hearing how there's no good metal, blah, 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 and there was such a lag during that time frame, but there really was some gold in there if you look. And Blood In, Blood Out is certainly one of them, man. So check it out. But
what's the new one?
The official, it doesn't have a title yet, I don't believe. Okay. But Gary Holt himself has been quoted as calling the new material crushing.
Ooh.
And dude, I can't wait, man. I'm not kidding. Holy shit, what's this one say? Holy shit, Exodus is up to no good. Those are words to my ears, my friend. I'm an Exodus freak. Back to the original, back to fucking, hey man, nobody stomps fucking posers anymore, right? You know what I'm talking to. And about. Anyway, but yeah, good stuff. I'm looking forward to that. Very, very, very much looking forward to that.
Hell yeah. Very cool.
What else is going on here?
What else you got?
I talked about the Slayer thing, man. I'm very excited about that as well. But, yeah, I already took a shit on Korn, so I guess we'll move on. Are you a Korn fan, Scully?
Not really.
Yeah. I know a lot of people. What is your take on the new metal?
Not for me.
The NU metal genre. Because I will say, I get a lot of stuff from people out there that say we don't play enough of it, and I do slip some in here and there. And I'm not anti the genre. I'm really not. I know a lot of people do kind of... We've definitely developed a reputation here at Metal-O-Mania that we play crossover, we play thrash, we play death, and we love some hardcore here and there too. We ain't afraid to play some hardcore. But I think to say that we never represent new metal and even black metal and things like that is not completely
Not that
accurate.
we never do, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's not making a regular appearance, I guess. But
maybe not front and center. But I'll tell you what, I've tried to recruit people a million times to create shows around some of those things. That I'm not as. You know what I mean? I think we should have a show on our network that's dedicated 100% to a couple of different genres. I wish we had a prog show. I wish we had a hair metal show. I'm not even that much of a hair metal fan, but I know that there seems to be a resurgence of it right now underway. And you know what's funny about that? Russia and places like that are having a big hair metal, sleaze metal kind of resurgence, which I think is wild, man. I think that's cool. That might not be my favorite genre, but I do find something very cool about that.
Fun and nostalgic.
It is, man. It is. And that shit was big when I was young, and there you go. But it looks like there's going to be new music being released this Friday by Killer Be Killed, and I'm a huge Killer Be Killed fan.
Okay.
If that is indeed the case, it probably will be played on our show next week. So look for that. Teasing new music for this Friday, and that, of course, is members from Soulfly, Mastodon, and X-Dillinger Escape Plan. So,
okay.
Fuck yeah, man. Good shit.
Well, you got a lot of news.
Got a lot of metal news. Well, I don't want to take too much time. I'm not going to rush you guys terribly, but I do have a fantasy football draft tonight. But we're going to talk to our friend. I'm telling you what, I love Eric and Plague Years. I love this release so much. I cannot express to you how much I love this release. If you haven't gotten it already, please do make that correction in your lives. And let's talk to Eric for a little bit, and he'll tell you why. What do you think? You want to do that?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Let's catch up with our pal from Plague Years from Detroit, Michigan. But don't go anywhere. We got so much more metal for you, man. I'm telling you, we're gonna burn things down. Oh, terrible thing to say today and. To say in today's climate, perhaps, but we're going to do it anyway, so don't go nowhere. Let's do Plague Years right now.
And now for something completely different. All right, metalheads, we got something special for you right now because I'm joined by my new pal Eric out of Detroit with motherfucking Plague Years. And I'm telling you guys right now, of the things I'm most excited about on the year, this release, Circle of Darkness, is right there on that list, man. Fucking right on the top shelf. So how are you, sir? Thank you for joining me.
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
Man, hanging in there in this crazy, goofy world, sir. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy right now for sure.
Fuck yeah. So you're joining me out of Detroit right now, correct?
Yeah, I actually live about like 10 minutes south of Detroit. Tim and Ryan live in Detroit. Our practice spot is in Detroit, but I live just outside of it. I used to work there and be in there all the time, but since I had my son, it's not a very practical place to be trying to raise a kid.
All right, get out to the suburbs as quick as you can. That's what happens, man. You have a kid, you run to the suburbs. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no way to I can't imagine taking my kid to school out there or anything like that.
Yeah, man, it's a rough joint.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it's got a good metal pedigree, though. I will give it that, man, and we'll cover that. But I guess, first of all, if you don't mind, introduce yourself and tell everybody who the rest of the cats in the band are, sir.
So I'm Eric. I play guitar. There's Mike Jurista. He plays drums. Our singer, Tim Engelhart, and our bass player, Ryan Staber. We're just signed as a 4-piece right now, but we play live as a 5-piece. We usually have another guitar player playing with us.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, I would be remiss in my duties if I didn't start this thing off by telling you that in 2018, Unholy Infestation was one of my favorite things of the whole year, man. Fucking fantastic.
Hell yeah. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it for sure.
Good shit, brother. And now, Circle of Darkness. Let me make sure I got my notes right here. The actual release date on this is September 18th, correct?
Yeah. Yep. It was originally May 22nd, but we pushed it back just because of all the shit that was going on and whatever.
Right. It's been a fucking wacky year, to say the least, man.
Yeah, man. It's honestly completely unbelievable considering, where we're at right now. I was saying to my mom, the other day, if you'd have told me I'd be, 31 years old, finally signed to, the biggest independent label in the world, and then a pandemic would happen, I would just be like, I wouldn't believe you.
Right.
But here we are.
Yeah, man.
Is what it is.
It's been a crazy one. Yeah, Metal-O-Mania, we had so many things scheduled on the year, live shows, and we were going to travel all over the fucking place, and next thing you know, the world took a fucking pause button on us, man. Well, let's just start from the beginning, man. You guys formed what year?
So, the story of this band kind of goes back around 2009, 2010. With me and Mike, we had always wanted to do something like this, but it just took a very long time for it to kind of get to that point because we were busy doing other bands, and it was just honestly hard. It's hard to find members, to be honest, people that are dedicated and all that kind of stuff. And so we had wrote a lot of songs. We don't use any of them now, but we had been writing all, up to this point for quite a long time. It wasn't until about 2016, 2017 where we got another guitar player, and then we ended up going on hiatus again. And then we finally got a solid lineup, and we were like, all right, we're ready to push this, and that was 2018.
Well, obviously that was in time for you to put out the Unholy Infestation album then, correct?
Yeah. I mean, we dropped a demo before that was primarily written by the other guitar player that we had. And when he first got in the band, he had all these ideas, and we just kind of went with the flow. But after we dropped that demo, we kind of realized this is not where the direction we were trying to go. So then that's when we came out with Unholy Infestation after, where we kind of knew exactly what it was we wanted to do.
Yeah, man, that's a punishing fucking release, sir. And all signs point to Circle of Darkness being a furtherance of that, man. Tell me a little bit about that when you guys got together to make the new record.
Yeah, so with Circle of Darkness, I wanted to Unholy Infestation, I wanted to just give you 6 really fucking just bangers, nothing really more deeper than that, really. I just wanted to give something super fucking heavy. And Circle of Darkness is the same kind of concept, but I wanted to go a little bit deeper musically, give you more than just straight up thrash songs or just, straight up death metal songs. It's definitely a diverse set of songs on there, as you go through the record.
Fuck yeah. Well, Well, your first release off of it so far is what? Play the Victim, right?
Yeah, yep.
And that's the Tester. That's it, man. And that's a killer fucking jam, sir.
Yeah, it was really hard to honestly choose what the single was going to be because everybody had a different song they wanted. We finally were just like, look, we're happy with pretty much any of these songs, so we'll just let the label choose which ones they think, which one they think will be the best one, and that was the song they chose, which we were happy to do.
Fuck yeah. Good shit, man. And that is out there available for everybody, and of course we're going to punish everybody with it a little bit here tonight, man. So if everybody wants to follow the band, what's the best way to make sure they can follow you guys and never miss what Plague Years is doing?
You can follow us at Instagram or Twitter at Plague Years Michigan, at Plague Years, Bandcamp. We're on everything. Just type our name in Google. We're going to come up for sure.
Fuck yeah. And Facebook and
oh yeah, all that shit.
And Bandcamp, of course, Circle of Darkness will be available on there and all that good stuff, on September 18th.
Yep, you can get your pre-order right now. We got bundles and shirts and all that kind of stuff, man.
Okay.
Color vinyl. Check it out for sure.
Fuck yeah. Count me in, brother. Matter of fact, when we're done talking, I'm going to go pre-order me up some shit right now, sir.
Hell yeah. I appreciate it, man.
I love
anyone that buys physical copies, man, legend.
Yeah.
Period.
We're a broken record here at Metal-O-Mania with that, man. I can't go on. The cyber copy is not enough for me, man. I need a physical copy. I need the art. I need the CD. You know what I mean? You get the digital copy by getting the CD, so it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I often wonder if sometimes a lot of people even really understand that. And it's like people that buy vinyl, if they really understand that they also get the digital version, but who knows? I mean, so many people are just so much more into streaming these days,
And we lost something in that, man. I really do believe that. We lost I think our genre more so than others. Metal way more than other genres, but we lost something in that. Because we're very art driven. We're very visual. It's a visual medium, the metal thing, man. So having just a digital copy is not good enough.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, especially with the amount of artwork we put into our record. I mean, when people get to see exactly how much artwork is in our record, it's like, I want people to see that when they first listen to our music versus just streaming it too, which either way is cool, but it's just cool to for me anyway, it's always been cool to see it, open it, catch the vibe of what's supposed to be happening,
Totally agree, man. Well, and the two are integral. You know what I mean? They lean on each other for the full package. You need the visual and the audio to make, if you want to devour some Plague Years, you need it all. The art is a part of the package to me, and very much so even. I've always believed that.
Yeah, 100%, man, for sure. That's why we always try to make sure that everything from, everything on the record, we want to try to make it all is even if it's something so small, just as best as we can make it, it all matters.
Yeah, so true, man. If you make sure you maximize every little detail, the full product is a masterpiece, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
And something along the lines with the CD thing, man, old school heads like me, we used to go to a record store and would frequently buy a record. We never fucking heard of the band before, but it was art driven. You know what I mean? That's a badass album cover. I'm getting that shit.
There's when I used to go to the record store, well, I mean, I haven't gone probably the last few months, but usually, I do a lot of production too. So lots of times when I go to the record store, I just go in there and I literally just pick up a record and I'll be like, oh, this cover looks badass. Boom, take that one. I mean, it'll be just strictly off that. It doesn't, I don't care. It could be a total garbage record, but I'll go home and figure it out because I'll be like, dude, I got that because this artwork was sick.
Yeah, man. I can't tell you how many albums I bought over my lifetime. In the 80s, that's how we did it. We went to a local record store, especially if they were awesome enough to have a heavy metal section, and we'd just flip through and buy it on art covers alone, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'm looking at some of your art on as we speak here. You guys, who does your art, if you don't mind my asking?
So the guy who did Unholy Infestation was this company called 5 Milligrams. They're in Indonesia. And then the guy who did the front and back of Circle of Darkness is Joe Patagno, who's done the Motorhead Skull. He's worked with Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Mammoth Grinder. He did that Vitriol record. Yeah, he's a fucking badass. I mean, I was super stoked to work with him, you know.
Fuck yeah.
And the inside artwork is done by the same guy who did Unholy 5 milligrams. So when you get the record, it's actually a what do they call it? Bifold, I think, where you'll open it up. Yeah, you'll open the actual record itself up, and then there's inside artwork in there. So it's essentially like 2 front and back full album layouts on the record.
There you go, Metalhead. So if you need more of an incentive to buy a physical copy, I don't know what to tell you. I mean,
that's what we thought, you know, just give them everything we got.
Fuck yeah, man. You know, I like to approach metal like I like to approach, you know, sex. You got to fucking throw all your goddamn shit into it, man. You just go at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give it your best shot, no matter how long it is.
And then let them judge it when you're done. Fuck it. But, well, you know, you mentioned that the record got backed up due to the craziness of the world. I got to ask, as things do start to progress into the post-COVID world, if you will, are there any plans for the Plague Years, you know, to return to the stage kind of thing, or is that still a limbo? Or
absolutely. I mean, literally, whatever day that is that it's allowed, we'll be out there for sure. I'm trying to make up for as much lost time as possible at this point, because we had a lot of plans this year, and it's just, you know, we got to make up for all that time. So we'll definitely be out there, no doubt.
Oh, and I got to tell you, after a year like this, metalheads are in need of their motherfucking metal, my friend. They're in need of some shows. I got a feeling the next several mosh pits for some people are going to be ferocious.
Yeah, I think the revival of music in general is just going to be absolutely insane. The best we've seen it, you know, and probably the best I've seen it in my generation. I can't speak on, you know, back when it was like super popular, you know, back in the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. But I definitely think there's going to be a huge revival. I mean, you know, it's just going to be great when everything comes back.
Yeah, I was around for that shit in the 80s, brother. I'm an old metalhead cat, but I think what's happening now already rivals it, and I think as we move forward, we may very well surpass that shit. The metal right now is on fire. There's more bands now than there was then doing it in my, you know, overall, and there's so much talent. There's so much talent out there right now, man.
Yeah, metal. I mean, just within the last, I don't know, 2-3 years, even, it seems like it's just really gained in popularity. You know, where I felt like a lot more music was more hardcore, was more like the popular thing now or whatever. Right. Metal's finally, I think, kind of just like stomped it all out. You know, I think it's just definitely like what's in right now for sure.
Yeah, man, and it's taken over. I've read that like even Spotify and all these different, you know, what outlets are, you know, they're seeing their numbers in metal just climb through the roof, while all the other genres seem to be tanking. Metal's on the rise, man. I've had a friend that often said metal is the soundtrack for angst, and there's certainly enough of that to you know, to keep the metal genre fueled for a while, I would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, there ain't enough to be said, I feel like.
And if you're not looking around this world right now and you're at least a little bit angry, then you're not paying attention. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure.
That's good shit, man. Well, so if our metalheads want to make sure they do not miss, though, when you guys hit the stage, you recommend that they follow you on the Facebook, following you on all the social media shit, right?
Yeah. Hit us up on Instagram, Plague Years MI, Twitter, Facebook, Bandcamp, all that stuff, man. We, you know, we're active on there. We respond. You know, if you guys need anything, whatever, man, just hit us up.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's kick ass, man. I'm a big fan, brother. I loved fucking Unholy Infestation, and I cannot wait for Circle of Darkness, sir. Truly, from the guts, my friend.
I appreciate it, bro. I'm very, very excited to get it out and to let everyone hear what we've been working on for quite a long time and sitting on for quite a long time. So I'm definitely ready.
Killer, brother. Well, I'll tell you what, man, when you hit the stage, if you get anywhere near the Washington, D.C. area, we'll be there, my friend. You know, I promise you that.
100%. We will be there for sure.
Killer. You kick ass, man. I appreciate you hanging out with us here at Metal-O-Mania more than you know, sir.
Appreciate having me, man. Seriously, thanks for all the kind words, man. I'm glad you dig it, bro. I'm really excited for you to hear it too, man.
Huge fan, sir. Huge fan of the band. Huge fan of you.
Oh, yeah, man.
Awesome.
Hey, this is Eric from Plague Years, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt and Scully.
That's what I'm talking about. Wow!
And how fucking awesome is Eric, man?
Very
How
cool.
awesome is Eric? How awesome is that band, dude?
Very cool and so fun.
Fuck yeah, dude. Incantation is a great song. It's the second one we've played off of that release, Circle of Darkness. It is must-own material, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a metalhead at all, boom, there you go. Exhibit A of why our thing is alive and well and breathing and kicking ass, and we do it every week. Even despite, whatever the fuck is going on in the world, we're here every week bringing you the metal, because that shit is... Scully said this week, why don't you take the week off? You have 4,000 fucking fantasy drafts, you asshole. And quote, by the way, that was a quote. And I said, but there's too much metal coming out. I can't. I'm oozing metal if I back up a week.
Yeah, he said the backlog is too late. This is already going to be a super long show, guys, and I apologize. I fought with him on it. Nothing I could do.
It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun.
I'm trying to keep the talking to a minimum.
We're going to have fun. Well, there's a split school out there from you guys. I have some of you who tell me the show's a little long, man. You should think about cutting it down, blah, blah, blah. And she's, of course, of that school. And I do have a bunch of you that hit me up like, man, fuck that. I watched that shit 3 times. If it was twice as longer, I'd still watch it. And you motherfuckers. I love you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I do this shit for you, man. Y'all keep hanging out. And speaking of which, Charlie Z's birthday was this week. Shout out to Charlie fucking
birthday,
Z,
Charlie.
dude.
We're gonna get him on
Happy
here
birthday,
soon.
brother. Yeah, I'm gonna get you on the show, man. I don't care how we do it, whether we Zoom it, whatever we got to do. Charlie Z of the Militants, a fucking fantastic band and just a fantastic dude.
Right.
Charlie Z I love that motherfucker.
It's fun.
You are good people, sir. You are family to me. Oh shit! Look, by the way, I know you don't give a fuck, but there's a draft beginning right here, right now. And I got the 10th goddamn pick, motherfucker. All right, so it's going to be a minute anyway. So bless you, good and tight. Good and tight, babe. So what else is going on in the world? Yeah, but again, Plague Years. Don't miss out on that, you guys.
Oh yeah, we're doing a metal show here.
Hey, she's giving me shit that I'm drafting with you guys, but hey, we'll make it happen.
Came from.
We'll make it happen. So how are you, Scully?
Good. Guess.
I was talking a little bit. We'll get to the thing about Riley in a little bit into the show, but this year, not only with the COVID, not only with everything going on, this has been a brutal fucking year. We have lost some human beings this year, and it is crazy to me. I was looking at a thing earlier today. Well, of course, just before we came into the studio. Well, let me back up. Last week, as soon as we left the studio, we found out about Riley's passing. Which is horrific news. It's just horrific news, but we'll get to that later. But then today, right as we're walking into the studio to do the show, Jay White, bassist for a Tulsa, Oklahoma metalcore band, the Agony Scene, appears to have passed away. And I can't keep up. I honestly can't keep up. This year is taking everybody away, man. Pete fucking Way, dude. I mean, there was Riley. You got Frankie Benali, who we lost last week, who we talked about. Here's a list of some of them. Even the Ron Heathman from the Super Suckers passed away this year. I'm not going to get into the reasons why. If you want to go into the reasons why, you can look that up yourselves. But yeah, look, UFO's P-Way, that one hurts me a lot too, man. The Riley one hurts me because we were able to have him on the show, and it would definitely be an overstatement to call him a friend, but we were able to talk to him, and that was cool, and it meant a lot to us. It certainly meant a lot to us at the time in which it happened. So it hurts a lot, and the UFO P-Way hurts a lot, man. I grew up on UFO. UFO was one of those bands that I looked forward to sneaking into my brother's room to listen to his records. You know what I mean? That was one of those bands for me, and that P-Way was just, that one's huge for me. Hugely painful. But, so who are some of these other ones here? Agnostic Front's Alan Peters. That's another huge one for me. As you know, if you hang out with us for the show at all, I am a huge hardcore guy. I love my fucking, punk-infused shit. And Agnostic Front, man, I mean, I bought Calls for Alarm when I was a goddamn young teenager, and that record changed my life. So losing Alan Peters, that's another super painful one for me. Super duper painful one, man. Unwound's fucking Vern Rumsey is another one, Huge, that dude was crazy. I love that. He was just a wild dude, man. Machine Head and Crowbars, Tony Costanza, that one already. I mean, this is look at this list. Molly Hatchet, Steve Holland. Does anyone know Denise Johnson? It's crazy. Look how little the fucking thing is, man. It's bananas. Denise Johnson, who did some stuff with New Order. She did some voiceover work with quite a few bands, actually, man. And passed away this year, and she was pretty young too, 56
I
years
was
old.
gonna say
I'm sorry, that's
56,
young.
that's-
I know Riley was only in his 30s. That's crazy young,
Yeah,
dude.
like
Crazy young. Peter
Yeah.
Green from Fleetwood Mac passed this year. Fucking Charlie Daniels, man, that one. There's only a few things I can say that made me glad my dad has passed away and didn't get to see. You know what I mean? I'm glad he didn't get to see
Aw.
Charlie Daniels die, dude. He wouldn't have took that well. My old man loved him some Charlie Daniels, boy. But I don't even know who the fuck that is. But you know, look
Yeah,
how
there's a
long
couple
this
people
list
that
is.
you don't
Another
really-
Paul Chapman
Wow,
UFO.
another
Yeah,
UFO. That's
yeah. UFO was so good. Steve Priest from Sweet, man. Sweet was another one of those bands that I snuck in my brother's room to listen to all the time, dude. You know, look at this fucking list. The Misfits, Joey Image. That's another big one. This is all 2020. I mean, as if this year doesn't suck enough. And then we lost fucking, oh my God, I'm going to fuck his name up. But Chad Boswick, right? Who from the fucking Avengers movies and shit, the Black Panther this week. I can't even fathom. I can't even believe it. Bob Kulick from Kiss we lost this year. We lost Bruce Kulick
he
years
was
ago.
also in Meatloaf.
Yeah, Kiss and Meatloaf and Lou Reed. Yeah, he did a lot of stuff. But yeah, Phil May of Pretty Things. You know, we lost Little Richard, man. Little Richard.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't realize
crazy.
that.
Yeah, not too long ago. That one's pretty recent. So
May.
pretty crazy, man. It's been a fucking rough year. I know we seem to beat the drum to death every week when we come in. Oh yeah, look, that's another one. Brian Howe, Bad Company. It's a shame that they've so many of them because they kind of get lost in the shuffle, and that's a shame, man. Because Brian Howe, that's another huge loss, huge loss. So, all right. Well, I guess I just wanted to make sure we remembered some of these, man, because some
Are
of
these
them.
in order, like date?
I think it's
order,
going
or-
backwards. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's going backwards towards
Okay.
the beginning of the year. But look, I mean, the list goes on and on. By the way, Loudwire. Let me give a shout out to Loudwire. We're on Loudwire's website right now,
Nice.
pulling this list and information. So, I mean, the list it's a depressing list. Maybe we should get away from it. Let's get away from it. I'm probably missing
No,
draft
that
picks.
wasn't very funny.
I'm probably missing draft picks in my draft, so I can tell you all about that horribly depressing stuff. So, but it's all right. It'll be all right. The draft will work itself out. What won't is metal. So let's play some for you.
Okay,
what do you think?
What do you got next?
We are going to play a song from the new Mr. Bungle project. I'm so fucking excited about this, man. As you know, Mike Patton is a god to me. And this Mr. Bungle side project literally goes back to 1985. It traces its roots back to 1985. I didn't realize that, honestly. But it goes all the way back with original bassist Trevor Dunn. And, man, this album comes out the day before Halloween. They have released a single, Raping Your Mind. The album will be called The Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny Demo. So, let's check it out. You know what? Let's play metal because I'm on the clock. You know what? A little Odell Beckham for me and a little metal for you. Here we go. Much love.
Much better.
Forgive me.
Their minds may be influenced by those creatures.
Well, how about the hard on I got? Is there a statistical correlation for that too?
never mind. Not no longer relevant.
Cock and ball torture, Dr. Freeman. Cock and ball torture, or CBT. Penis torture or dick torture is a sexual activity involving application of pain or constriction to the penis or testicles.
Get ready, rookie. This is some sick shit.
What a sick sense of humor.
Boom, we threw a little extra metal at you because what you may or may not realize is not only are you at Metal-O-Mania tonight, but you're also in our fucking war room. We're literally in the fantasy war room bringing you a metal show tonight, man. So it's all for one and one for all. And you guys are my co-teammates, as a matter of fact. You know what? You know what we should do? Oh. I need your help.
Okay.
I don't need your help drafting. I'll take care of that, but I need some help on some team names, man. I need a new team name.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think our metalheads can help me come up with a cool?
Chubby Skin Whistle?
Well, that's a good one there. I don't want to change that one.
Oh, okay.
This one I have Chubby Skin Whistle. Don't you think that's a good team name? What are my team names of this year? I got Chubby Skin Whistle. I got the Rusted Cunts. Okay. I have the Iron Kings. Of course, I have to keep the Iron Kings. That's my original one.
Forever.
And I think I have the Iron Kings like 3 times, and I have the South Park Cows. So the South Park Cows, I'm willing to change that one. It's time to change that one probably. So
okay.
I need my metalheads. What do you think out there, guys? I need a new fantasy team name. We always play the games where you know, band names and porn names and shit. What's a good fantasy team name for the Crypt?
Okay.
Something good, something metal, something, you know what I mean?
Okay.
What do you think? Are you monitoring my draft here while we're playing metal?
4 picks to go. Why don't you set up?
I don't want it to be over. Maybe I will while the next jams are playing. Matter of fact, the sandwich is coming up, so we'll be able to mess with it a little bit. Okay. But I don't want to overlook the fact that we kicked in an extra jam there for you, man. That was some Warfict. Warfict, that song was Pestilence from Spectre of Devastation. That is their 4th full-length album from the Swedish Thrashers. And it doesn't come out until November. So pre-order that shit, man. I'm telling you.
A little preview.
Yeah, they threw that out there for you like a little piece of raw meat. And I devoured it. And I hope you did as well, because I'm a huge fan. Huge fan. And again, that Mr. Bungle project was just silly. I think that video was cool. And Warfict, so much great metal. So much good stuff.
Right.
You know? So we were talking a little bit earlier about some non-metal entities, like the fact that Nicole Kidman went to an Iron Maiden show with her country music husband and shit like that, which I do think is funny. I see this Post Malone guy keeps showing up. Have you noticed that? I think he's a rapper. Honestly, I know I'm showing my age a little bit here. That's all right. We'll hit buttons. But I know I'm showing my age a little bit. But that Post Malone dude apparently is involved in like some extreme metal band all of a sudden, which I think is pretty crazy. Have you noticed any of that?
No, I have not.
I think that is weird because he doesn't strike me as a metal guy, but apparently he did a song with Ozzy Osbourne. Well, do you remember when you and I talked about that? We did an episode where we were talking about the fact that people were posting on social media about, isn't it nice of Post Malone to discover this Ozzy Osbourne guy and give him some publicity and shit? And honestly, it angered me at the time. So I've had a little bit of a bias against this Post Malone dude because of that. I need to melt that away, because if he's in a metal band and he's got some metal things, that's cool. You know what I mean? I need to embrace that.
Right.
But I've had kind of that bias since then, because those fans were attributing Ozzy Osbourne's
other people,
fame.
not even him. Right.
Right. It's not Post Malone's fault. Right. At all.
Even. Stupid fucking people. Yeah.
The world is dumb and I'm blaming him. Maybe that makes me dumb, honestly.
Anyway, I'm sure somebody on Facebook would attack you for it.
Yeah, probably don't make me smart. So, right. But yeah, if he's in a metal band, maybe I need to reevaluate the dude. I did not like the Ozzy song that they did together, to be honest with you. But honestly, I love Ozzy as a dude. We talked about his gray hair earlier, and I love him. Go Gray, do what you do, man. He's an iconic figure for me. He always will be. You know, he was one of my earliest inductions into hard music was the Ozzy Osbourne infused Black Sabbath, and then his solo stuff. So for me, he's iconic, and he always will be. But I will say, and I'm on record for this, I don't like the new stuff. I don't. I'm not a fan of it. And honestly, the last several new things, I'm not a huge fan of, to put it out there. You know, it just isn't my cup of tea. I'm not saying it's not talented. And some of it is very Ozzy, I guess. So maybe it's me. Maybe it's not him. Maybe it's me. But it's not you. It's me. So.
Are you breaking up with Ozzy?
No, never would do that. Never would do that. Okay. I would never ever do that, sir. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the new stuff. I'm saying our sex life has gone downhill, though. I'm just saying.
You're seeing other people.
We're seeing other people, goddammit. Yeah, it's time to see other people, Ozzy. But I do love him, and the fact that he gave Post Malone some credit. I never knew Post Malone was before Ozzy, so. And apparently Ozzy, he did that to a lot of younger people, so maybe, who knows, maybe it's not a terrible thing.
Doesn't matter what it is, it's your perspective, right?
Yeah, right on. Your perspective is reality to you. We say that a lot on the show. Perception is reality, my friends. So
Well, what do we got? The sandwich?
Well, we are coming up on that, but there was one more I did want to mention that, and that was the Foo Fighters. You see that Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters apparently was challenged on YouTube or one of those things by a 10-year-old fan to a drum competition, and he accepted it. So look forward to that. I think that's awesome.
Cool.
Dude, I'm not a huge grunge guy. I'm on the record with that. I wasn't a big Nirvana guy. And again, I'm not saying they weren't good. They just weren't for me. But I'm not a huge Foo Fighters guy. Not saying they're not good. They're just not for me. But I love Dave Grohl. Love him. I think he's an awesome dude. I think he clearly loves metal too, man. He's a metal fan. He might not play in a metal band, but he's a metal fan. So good stuff. All right. Well, now we can play the sandwich. Are you feeling? I know you're dying on me already over here. So we got a draft underway. We got the show happening.
Got a million things happening.
We're gonna revisit our talk with Riley in the show. Matter of fact, during the sandwich, we're gonna do that. And our sandwich is gonna be a little bit different this week.
Okay, what you got?
As you know, if you hang out with us, our metal sandwich every week is 3 songs. It's usually a new song, something from the old school, and then a new song. We like to old school that sandwich meat in the middle there for you because we pay homage to that which came before us. We are very respectful for the early days of metal, man, and created the road we drive on right now. So, but what we're going to do this week is we're going to open up with our old school jam in our sandwich this week, which is Possession, and there's a reason for it, man. Possession has just released Disentombed Manifestations, which is a collection of all their great shit, man. This was a great band out of Kansas. Back in 1995, a buddy of mine gave me a copy of, Eternally Haunt. And it was amazing. I loved it. I listened to it probably 6,000 fucking times at least. So when I saw that this Disentombed Manifestations was coming out, I'm very excited about it. They've released a lyric video for it, which is called Beyond the Grave, and we're going to open up our sandwich with it tonight right here. Okay. And we are going to follow that up.
Videos.
Yeah, me too. I do. They're awesome. And people do creative.
Tell us what the fuck people are saying.
Yeah, we like it for different reasons. You like it so you can sing along, scream along. I like it so because I like the visuals to it. But, then we're going to follow that up, and I'll say it again. Riley from Power Trip was awesome enough to do our show when we were so not worthy. Mm-hmm. We may not be worthy now, honestly, but we were definitely not worthy then. And the fact that he did it anyway and came on the show and was just awesome, and we appreciate the fuck out of it. We were doing live interviews back then. How weird is that to think about, man?
I can't even imagine.
I'll never do that again. Yeah, that was crazy. We had some early interviews that went on like 45 minutes, man. We were talking to people into like an hour into the show, playing other songs from other bands and shit, and still, we just it was crazy and goofy, but we did have a lot of fun, man. And Riley told good stories, and I thought he was fun, and I'm gonna miss him. And if you were to ask me 2 weeks ago, what is the album that you most look forward to coming up? What is the band you most look forward to their next release from? The Power Trip would have been easily the words shot out of my mouth for sure, easily. So it's a pretty devastating shot to the metal community here, and we appreciate that he did our show, and we'll show our respects a little bit and revisit our interview with him.
Okay.
And then we're going to follow that up with our last piece of sandwich on our metal bread, which is Cytotoxin, man. This Cytotoxin, these brutal death metalers from fucking Germany are just oozing on all cylinders right now. This is their 4th full-length release. It is on fire. We're going to play Dominus from it. It's called Nuclear Earth, and you're going to thank me later. So let's check out some jams. Let's talk to Riley, and let's have some fun. What do you think?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
We'll miss you, brother. Let's party. Let's metal.
Welcome to a brand new beginning, you sorry shits.
Apocalyptic mutterings.
This is Riley from Power Trip, and Metal-O-Mania kicks ass.
And speaking of great bands, I do believe we have one of them on the line with us right now. Are we connected? Are we talking with Riley from Power Trip, sir?
Hello.
Hey, how you, my brother?
How's it going, fellas?
Doing good, man.
We're figuring it out, man. We're doing the metal thing, figuring it out on the fly. But I'll tell you what,
and bubble gum, baby.
we're excited as hell to have you guys on the show.
That's the way to do it.
Talk to me about Nightmare Logic, man. That comes out this Friday, right?
It sure does.
Kick
We're
ass.
in the less than 48-hour countdown, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got to ask you,
well, you know, a lot of people got their pre-orders in. The record leaked to the internet, which is fine with me. I don't give a shit. Go download it, go steal it. Doesn't matter to me.
Just listen to it, damn it.
But yeah, just listen to it, damn it, exactly.
Right.
But it's officially, I guess, in stores or something like that. I don't know what that means, but yeah, it's out there.
Right.
On Friday.
In stores.
I love dude. He's like, look, man, I make the music. Fuck that business question shit. Well, let me tell you, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Do you guys have nerves when your albums get ready to come out like that? What's it like, amongst the band themselves? Are you guys like, oh man,
You guys got to be pumped. Yeah, you got to be pumped.
Pumped or?
Yeah, we're really excited. I mean, it's been nearly 3.5 years since our first LP came out, and that got like a lot of really good coverage. People really took to that album, and I really, obviously, loved that.
Yeah.
And so I'm really glad that we have this album coming out. It just took quite a long time to come out, and so now that it's finally out, I'm pretty damn excited. That's for sure.
Yeah, what I've heard of it so far, man, I cannot wait for it. I pre-ordered it myself, so it'll be in my mailbox on Friday. So.
Oh, thank you.
I am looking forward to it.
Very kind of you.
Well, I tell you, man, we are. That's
sweetheart.
But you know, we're big on that here at Metal-O-Mania. If we like the band, we want to buy your record, man. We want to make sure you get your credit and where it deserves. You know.
Sure, and that's my thing when I'm telling people, you know, if it's weak, you know, people are gonna download and steal music or whatever. They're gonna do that.
Yep.
People are gonna buy records and support bands. They're gonna do that.
Yep.
There's nothing really you can do to stop. I think the only bummer is that the little hype bubble gets burst. You know.
Absolutely.
That's really the only thing. But you know what? It's not the end of the world if that happens.
Right.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, they're going to be excited when they get it. They should buy the goddamn thing because it's worth it. You know, if you like it and you have passion for the art, buy the fucking art.
Yeah, but we live in strange times, my friend. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we try and like go, you know, the extra mile to make something that looks, you know, visually appealing. You know, like an album cover that you kind of want to stick on your shelf for people to see and show off. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, you know, I'm still big on that. I want an album to put in my hand. I want to hold it and look through it. You know, digital copies aren't cool.
I can't believe you haven't gotten your pre-order yet. I'm gonna have to put something order.
I went through Amazon. It told me it'll be on my mailbox on Friday when I looked at it earlier today. So.
Okay. I think maybe it must have been a more direct thing, but they certainly had a lot of kids getting their stuff as early as last week. So.
Right. Well, I know the songs that are available right now. I guess I don't know, you know, how you guys go about releasing them, but I know the one we're going to play tonight is out, and I believe you just finished doing a video for that, correct?
We just filmed the video for Executioner's Tax, which was the second. I wouldn't call them singles because I don't think that they are. I think that in the context of the album is where it is best. We really tried hard to write an album that is not something that just has a couple good songs, you know, something that's good all
Just random
through.
singles, right?
And so so I mean, I guess you could call them a single or whatever. We've never done a video before, but a lot of people are really pushing us to do one this time, and so we got some cool ideas, and we locked down a really cool director who's worked with some really kind of badass artists. This guy had no business working with us. He had worked with Bon Jovi, Alanis Morissette. He was on the Nirvana Nevermind tour in Australia.
Wow.
He was an Australian guy. His name's Joel, and he was awesome. Kind of a dick, which was really funny. You know, he had an ongoing joke every time our guitar player would suggest something about the video. He would be like, "Oh, the director's here. The director's finally here."
Oh.
Huh? So he was a good guy. It was a lot of fun working with him, and we did this show that was a free show, and then we took donations at the door that went to Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, I saw that.
$1,000.
Wow.
Which was really cool, you know.
Very
some
cool.
people called us baby killers, and that's fine. That seems pretty metal to me if you're going to call them baby killer.
Baby killer? Yeah.
But, yeah, and it was good, but I ended up taking them to like a punk show at a house down the street after our show that was going on a little later, and I could tell he had never been to a house show before. So it was really cool, kind of opening this guy's eyes up. You know, he was filming everything. It was just like, so people just come out here and hang out and drink, and then they have a show in a basement? And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much, you got it.
Right. That's how we grew up right there.
That was our first concert.
That's right. That's the life of a metalhead right there, brother.
DIY, yep.
Yeah, I mean, it was a basement we used to play at.
Mm-hmm.
It was this place called the Lions Den, and it was really cool. And we tried to do the show there, but some of the kids who were living there were just kind of being snobby little punks about the whole thing. So we said, that's fine. We need we don't need you guys, so we'll go do this thing somewhere else. But yeah, we shot this video, and we went out into the field and kind of did like a Texas-style hangout with a bonfire. And
oh, cool.
We brought some guns, and which is pretty funny because like half the band is terrified of guns. So it's like kind of funny that we're like out there shooting guns and shit. And I had a really good time. We like blew up this TV, this really nice TV, and probably burnt a hole in the ozone layer, something like that. I don't know.
Those are kick-ass perks to the job you don't think about when you pick up the guitars and shit, isn't it?
That's right.
Being able to one day blow up a fucking TV for a video, that's good stuff. You know?
Yeah. I mean, we had no budget. We couldn't do anything too crazy. Right. You know, we wanted to. I have a bunch of crazy ideas in my head, but I couldn't. You know.
Well, that's why
shit up for cheap.
So we did. We worked with what we had.
Yeah, we got to make Nightmare Logic blow up. That way, by the time you roll around with the next album, you got big budget stuff going on. Let me talk to you a little bit
about video.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me talk to you a little bit about the new album, though. Something I particularly love about Power Trip is I feel that you got punk roots in there somewhere. You know, it's a thrash feel, but I feel the punk roots in there, man. Tell us a little bit about your influences and, you know, what made you want to start rocking and rolling.
I mean, so if we're gonna go the way back to the like 7th, 8th grade realm, I had a cousin who was a little bit older than me, and he was living in Southern California, so he was into a lot of like riding dirt bikes and shit like that.
Nice.
And so he was getting into like a lot of that like SoCal skate rock shit, like Strung Out and Pennywise and stuff like that. And
awesome.
that was and Bad Religion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's where I first started hearing.
Oh shit, yeah.
That's where I first started hearing punk music, and I was like, this is crazy. I love this. And that was where I started to really
Pennywise
get into it. And I came up like when I really started like getting into music, I was mostly into that sort of kind of weird end of like 90s punk, a lot of the Fat Wreck, Epitaph stuff. Right. And I'm 13 at the time. And then, you know, like went through high school, I started progressing into some other things, you know, like you start hearing the term hardcore thrown around, and it's like, well, what's that? And then people are like, oh, well, hardcore is like Bad Brains and Gorilla Biscuits, and I'm like, oh, I just thought those were other punk bands. Like, I didn't know that there was a time where I thought like Minor Threat and Youth of Today were just weird punk bands, you know, like just with a weird aesthetic.
Gotcha.
I didn't realize there was this whole other scene. And I always like had metal bands I liked. I had a childhood friend that I used to like run around the neighborhood with and play like cops and robbers or whatever the fuck we used to do. And he had an older brother who was like probably, I guess if I had to try and figure it out, he was probably like a freshman in high school at the time. And he was into metal, and so I would hear stuff like all the early Metallica records, Slayer, Sepultura, stuff like that. Absolutely. And one time I heard this. His door was closed, and I never got to ask him what this was. But I heard this insane music coming out of there, and it sounded way crazier than any of the other metal that he had sort of played. It was like super abrasive and fast, and just like it was. You know, like I think everyone's got this moment where they hear a band and it sort of just melts their brain, like the concept of what like music can be. Well, like 10 years later, I figured out what band it was, and it was Napalm Death.
Nice.
He had been listening. I heard the song, I heard the riff, and I believe it was one of the riffs off of Scum, I'm pretty sure. But I just heard it when I was getting into Napalm Death around like 17, 18, and like I've never been like a rabid grindcore Napalm Death fan, but they're like obviously have like some massive sick stuff. I was like listening to them, and this moment just clicked where I was like, holy shit, I had heard this when I was like a fucking little like a 10-year-old turd running around, you know? So like
it set the hook on you 10 years earlier,
it was sort of like it was sort of like I had been hearing extreme music from a young age from my friend's older brother, but when I started getting into it myself, I was more on the punk end of things. And it's just something where I've just always liked I've just had that broad appeal or a broad appreciation for all that music. And so, like, I mean, dude, when you listen to shit like the Cro-Mags or Sacrilege,
Fuck
or, like,
yeah.
you know, Discharge, stuff
Mhm.
that is like rooted in punk, you know, like you can hear. I mean, just fucking take Motorhead. Motorhead was such a punk band, but they were so bigger in life and like rock and roll and everything like that. And it just kind of like
Roller coastered into its own thing.
Oh, sure,
gave me the idea of like I don't need to have a specific sound or sit on a certain we don't have to sound a certain way. And when we started the band, we were more into like when I started the band, the idea is I just wanted to do kind of like a New York hardcore band that was like influenced by some of those crossover bands that were out of that scene. You know, like Nuclear Assault with like.
Dude, you're talking that's my
and,
area. Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, baby, yeah. We could go all day, but
Fuck yeah.
I love Leeway. I love
Leeway. Now
I
you're
love
talking,
fucking
dude.
Dynamo. I love fucking. I mean, New York hardcore is my shit.
That is absolutely my shit, dude. You and I should talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna jump in here real quick.
Yeah, I mean,
what I'm gonna do first of all, I'm gonna give credit to Renetti Walker, and I hope I'm saying that Renetti Walker for Renetti Winter for the badass power trip picture that we're showing you guys while we're talking to our man Riley here.
Oh, Renate
Winter.
Yeah, Renate. She's Swedish. Yeah, she's great.
Awesome.
Shout out to Renate. She's
Does
great.
good band pictures too, man.
and
We need to get her in here to take pictures of us. But but I tell you what, Riley.
I hate the promo picture thing, but yeah.
Right, it's part of the problem.
It's necessary evil.
Part of the necessary evil. That's right. Just like hanging out with us. You probably didn't want to hang out with us, but it's a necessary evil. Get the word out. But I'll tell you what, Riley. Can you hang with us for a second? What I'd like to do is play your song for the people, and come back and talk to you for another minute or two, and then we'll let you get on with your evening if that's cool, sir.
Yeah, hell yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. Because I'm sure many of our fans are knowledgeable metalheads, so they are going to know your jam. But for those who don't, we want to turn them on right now to what we're talking about here, because, man, Power Trip, one of my new favorite things in the world.
I see you in another life, brother.
the man, let me hear you applaud. He is more than a man, he's a shiny golden god.
That's some good shit, man.
We
Fucking
still,
awesome.
We still got you with us, Riley?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, good,
awesome.
good.
Dude, that song just straight badass, my friend. Fantastic fucking badass. Man, you know, the scene, back me up on this, Riley. I am telling everybody who will listen to me these days that the metal scene is back on fire.
Yeah, you guys are out there doing it and seeing it, man. What's your
Right.
perspective?
You know, I think there is, and I don't mean to knock any of the older bands around, but I think it is time for some of these older guys to get out of the fucking way and give some of the newer bands an opportunity. You know, I'm not going to name any names, but there's a lot of bands that will. There's a lot of bands that'll bring out younger bands and give them $100 a night, you know, and it's for the honor of opening up for so and so band, and like. That's great. I understand that these guys are older and they've got mortgages to pay and shit like that, but it's like, you know, how are we supposed to get ours if we can never get off the ground? So for a long time, we held out on doing big tours, big metal tours and stuff like that because of the money. I hate to say it, but it's like I'm 30 now and I can't leave my house if I'm not going to come home and pay rent.
Gotta pay a bill.
And all that shit afterwards, you know?
Man, shit, gas, food.
So, you know, like our first big one was that Anthrax Lamb of God tour last year, and that was one that really opened me up to saying, okay, we can do this full time, that kind of thing. We can make this work and keep pushing ourselves and get a bigger audience. You know, I saw that there was this broad appeal sort of for our band, and I think that there's a lot of younger bands and who are doing a lot of different styles that are really like
exciting,
making headway and becoming, you know, the sort of the term sort of I guess floating around right now is the new legacy bands,
right?
The bands that'll sort of you know get a fan base that will stay loyal to them for the next 20, 30 years or whatever.
The next generation.
And that's really important. It's really important. It's cool though because we go out and we play shows and we have kids who are 16 and loving it. We've got guys who are 46 and loving it. And that just shows me that we're kind of doing the right thing.
Well, you know, I've often heard it referred to as the new wave of old school metal. And I kind of like that. It's a new
wave of old school metal.
Yeah. And
progression through regression.
There you go. Perfect. Exactly right. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
and it is.
I mean, that's
you know, guys like you are picking. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know what? I think for a long time, this was metal's problem. A lot of metal bands forgot how to write a fucking tune.
No.
They forgot how to fucking write a catchy tune that people were down with.
Dude, you nailed it.
That didn't have some overly complicated,
like how many fucking bands do you see out there nowadays that are doing 8-finger tapping the whole fucking song?
Right.
And it's like you got a singer singing in falsetto.
I like. Look, that shit is cool.
It's
That's
cool,
great.
but too much is too much. It's like every fucking song.
Yeah,
it's like arpeggios and shit.
Yeah, man. You know, that's one of the things that I think people are starting to miss.
It's not as musical.
That they can remember and catch on to it. Like, we call it like guitar center metal. It's the guys who play guitar who are only really impressed. You know, it's like I could watch that and be like, damn, that dude fucking shreds. But it's like, where's the songwriting?
Exactly.
But I don't want to hear stuff.
What's gonna get stuck in my craw about, you know, like that song or whatever. And that was cool. You know, a band that I think does a pretty cool balance with that is I really enjoyed touring with Black Dahlia Murder.
Oh, cool.
Last year because we didn't really that's a band I never really listened to, but Trevor had really supported the band from early on. But watching that dude Brandon who plays guitar for him, that guy is a fucking monster. Dude. He is crazy good, and I was like. And it's awesome because he's got this swagger, like he's got the biggest dick in the room, and he fucking knows it, kind of shit. And when he plays guitar, and I was like, that's cool. If I'm gonna watch a guy go crazy on guitar, I want you to have that Eddie Van Halen kind of swagger to you.
That's how I feel about Govan. Guthrie Govan is one of those cats that hits me like that.
You're the center of the room before you even start playing the guitar. You know what I mean? You've already dominated the room, and you haven't picked a string yet.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
but
cool,
there's
brother.
sort of like the really like technical, over the top jazzy metal stuff. I don't play any instruments, so it's like that's not. I can respect it, but it's just not something that appeals to me.
But
So
you're
when
not going to play it over and over again.
Well, that's one point. Like Animals as Leaders does that. They're fucking name one song off the top of your head. Now, no disrespect to them because their skills are through the roof.
But yeah,
but when it comes down,
songs.
like you said, when you have a memorable hook in your head, and now granted they don't have a vocalist, but I don't want to hear 1,000 notes. I want to hear a fucking good fucking song. Right. You know that grabs me and catches me. Yeah. Songwriting is everything
from
now.
From the beginning, we were really focused on just a riff, kinda. And it was like I said, it was more New York hardcore crossover because we were younger and we couldn't really play, the more complicated metal stuff. And as we've gotten our chops up, it's like we didn't want to lose any good songwriting to it. Kids seem to like my lyrics and learn the songs and come to shows and sing along. It's like I don't want to lose that aspect of the band to take a backseat to some like over the top riff, but so we have a really good balance between my like trying to do something catchy but still is like not easy to play. Like we play pretty fucking fast and I see I look over like after a song and I see Nick and Blake shaking their wrists out and shit.
Yeah, getting the blood flowing again.
Kicking so hard and stuff like that.
Wiping the blood off
and
their
that's
fingertips.
Good, that's good.
Yeah,
Play
that's
fast
awesome.
die.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friend. Can you give our followers a tip on where they can follow your band and know where you're going to be at all times and be able to stay on track of Power Trip and where to buy the new record?
Yeah, we've got a Facebook and a Twitter and an Instagram and I'm pretty accessible as a person. I try to stay close to people. It's hard. I'm not always the best, but like I try to respond to people if they do message me. And I think it's one of those things where you can just kind of just use your Google skills and you can find us.
Right. Cool. Get out your Google machine and Power Trip it.
Well, I'm gonna friend you up, dude, so we can talk about some hardcore.
Yeah, we're on iTunes, we're on Spotify, we're on all that bullshit. So we're like you said, we're just trying to get in as many ears as possible.
That's what it's all about, brother. Well, yeah, I'll tell you what, we're going to help continue to do that, my friend. We're putting you on our friends list. We hooked up on Facebook. We are going to get you guys hopefully in here at another time. But you guys are on tour with Iron Reagan right now? Is that correct?
Well, Friday it starts, but yes.
Nice.
Awesome.
We'll be on tour with Iron Reagan.
Another fantastic band, so that's a great show. Right there.
That's a gig.
Yeah, no kidding. That's been a cool band to watch. That's been a good band to grow with. Those are some of our best friends in the world.
Oh, man.
And before they even started, Tony was really supportive of Power Trip, and he was like, I'm starting a crossover band, trying to take it back a little. And I was like, that's fucking great. So like I got to hear the EP before anybody else, and it's been great watching them sort of grow as a band and doing tours with them too. I mean, we just get along so great with those guys.
That's great.
Yeah, they seem like real good dudes.
They're awesome.
We're trying to get them on the show actually sometime soon as well. They're from our backyard. They're from Richmond, Virginia. So we're
some of them. Tony, and I think Ryan. I think is from DC.
Oh, cool.
But Mark is from New Jersey, and I think they're about like a couple. They're like two of the guys are from Richmond. You're right. Yeah, they're in your area. Yeah, they're East Coasters.
And you will be soon too, right? March 1st, Baltimore Soundstage. You will be there, right? March 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love the Soundstage.
Me too, brother. Me too. Well, I'll tell you what, we're gonna be there too. Let's go. We're going.
Is Sam Cheney
still doing that? I think so.
Sam's still doing that?
We got a buddy who works at that joint. So man, we're gonna come check you guys out, brother. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to shake your hand, my friend.
Yeah, of course. First round's on me.
Awesome. Well, now I'm definitely there, brother. You just sold me.
We'll talk hardcore, dude.
All right, brother.
I love talking hardcore, man.
I love it.
Well, Riley, I really appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, man.
We'll get real deep on the New York hardcore.
Now we're talking, brother. We can do that for hours.
Bulldoze.
That's right. I'll stand back and let you.
25 to life.
Yeah, all 25 to life.
Now, I've seen 25 to Life. That was not a band where I could have really jammed their records, but if Rick to Life was going to come into town, you got to go see them.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, my old band used to play with them in a fucking high school gym, dude. Yeah, old
Crazy.
school. Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to let Bongwood and Riley keep talking. While they do that, we're going to, I know, we're way over on time.
Who cares?
But, Riley, I really appreciate you hanging out with us, man. I really do. I can't tell you how much we are big fans of you. And the new album, man, when I've heard of it, can't wait to hear the rest.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hey,
have a good one, dude.
Thanks for coming on, brother. We'll talk again soon, and I'll
Adios.
see you at Baltimore on March 1st, too. Oh, did we lose? Oh, no. No doubt, man. Good fucking dude, man.
Now get the fuck out of here before I kick your ass.
You ain't whooping shit. Now shoot the dice, you snaggle-tooth motherfucker.
Fire, instead of
I'd like to sew your asshole shut and just keep feeding you and feeding you and feeding you.
All right, welcome back to the show. A little bit of sandwich for you there. And again, fucking, just much love to the Power Trip family and community, man. I can't even imagine what you cats are going through and the unimaginable loss. And, a lot of people are hitting us up right now and asking us what happened. Do you know what happened? And what happened? Do you know what happened? And I don't know what happened. And, it's one of those things, honestly. I see some back and forth on social media right now where people are kind of arguing about even making guesses as to what happened, kind of a thing. And I'm certainly not going to guess. I have no idea or information.
It's just not your business.
But, well, see, I'm glad you said that exactly that way, actually, because I'm so exactly torn on that. My mind plays tricks on me because there is part of me that's like, yeah, it's none of our and honestly, that is the overwhelming. It is none of our business.
Right.
It isn't.
If they wanted to share it with you, you'd know by now.
Exactly right. But I also do get the morbid curiosity, man. The first thing that anyone asks you when you hear somebody, what's the first question you ask?
Once you're a celebrity, your people are curious about you and about your life and about what's happening with you. And he
For sure.
Was a celebrity. I mean,
sure.
He was very well known and liked by many and supported. His band was very well supported and will be supported as long as they continue to,
Yeah, and a unique voice in our scene, man. Very, very unique voice, very outspoken, very, I love that fucking point the finger at you song that he just did with fucking Body Count and shit, and just a very unique dude with a very unique voice, and one that will be so very missed, man, so very missed. It's crazy. It's hard to process even. Too fucking young. But I do get that. Back to my original point, I do get the curiosity of it. I think that people asking what happened doesn't make you an asshole. You know what I mean? I see some conversations.
How you ask it,
right?
Does
yeah, for sure. I saw somebody wrote, something to the effect, was it another drug addict with a rock star? If you asked it that way, yes, you're an asshole.
Yeah,
you're an asshole. But to ask what happened doesn't make you an asshole. I mean, is that where we are now? We can't even ask what the fuck happened. I'm curious. I won't lie. I'm curious. But that's the key. What Scully said in the first place. I am curious, but fuck me. It's none of my business. That is just so goddamn true, man. It's none of my business. It's none of your business. It just isn't.
Yeah.
It just isn't.
If the band, if the family, if the people involved want you to know the details, they'll share it with you. And
your wanting to know does not override.
And maybe they just need a little time or something. Maybe they don't even fucking know.
Right.
So, just back the fuck off.
Right. True.
Yeah.
Too true, man. And not just in that situation, but in so many like it. Just give people room to motherfucking breathe, man.
Yeah.
You never know what's going on behind closed doors, and people are dealing with enough, that is something if I'm able to preach, that'll be my preach for the week, actually, is just to be fucking more compassionate. We need to be more empathetic. Mm-hmm. I see now where I think social media has very much led to an era where we are fucking stuck in our ways. I know I got a pick coming up. We're going to make a live pick on the draft while we're doing the show. But we are stuck in our ways these days, man. There's nobody allows for wiggle room. Nobody allows for conversation. Nobody allows for compromise. And we do got to get away from that. What do you think?
Yep.
So that's my broken record speech of the week. There you go. Well, we already do have a long show underway, and I know this will be a particularly short break that we're talking here. But let's go ahead and play some more music.
Okay.
Music is what you came here for. We have a lot more things. Oh, and by the way, next week we're talking to Psychosomatic, man. I'm so fucking excited about that.
Okay.
Their brand new release just came out. It is so good. If you have not picked up the Psychosomatic, you are doing yourself a dirty. I'm telling you. So good. And we're going to talk to them next week on the show and remind you why you should be picking that up. It's so good. So good.
Okay.
Make me a pick, babe. Whoever you want. I don't care. You pick somebody.
We'll introduce the next
Pick me
song.
then. So there we go. All right, let's do two for here. We're going to play Incantation and Ingested, as a matter of fact. We're going to do two of them. Incantation's new release, Sect of Vile Divinities. We have played you some stuff off of it already, and they have just released a video for Fury's Manifesto, and man, I cannot stop playing this record. I cannot stop playing. It's so fucking good. They've been around since the 80s, and they are just on point. Their game is sharp as a fucking whistle. And then we're going to play some Ingested, another breath off of Where Only Gods May Tread. There is some straight brutality coming out of the UK right now, you guys, man. They are deathing it the fuck over there. Deathing it the fuck up over there.
Mm.
And these cats were formed in 2006. This is their 5th full-length outing. And it's a killer EP, man. Let's check it out. Want to?
Yep.
All right, so a little bit of metal for you. We'll come back. We got a little bit more to go, so don't go anywhere yet. Brace yourself.
Room Springer!
Oh.
Will a proctologist please report to the emergency room? There's an asshole waiting.
Hey, crazy metalheads. Dana Ward here, formerly of Hellfire Radio. I've branched out and started my own little radio network now called Radio Gonzo 42. Check it out, Facebook, Radio Gonzo 42. We've got a nice little list of sponsors, including Mr. Chris Grant here with Metal-O-Mania, who is awesome enough to let me shoot a little video promo in the Radio Gonzo network for you, which we love. We love Metal-O-Mania. We love metal. So check out Radio Gonzo 42. I'm the only show on there right now, but we'll expand as time goes on. Much love, much metal.
If he moves that car, I'll eat my own pussy.
Atta girl. Yeah. I didn't understand a word of that. But you want me to eat that ass again?
Incantation and Ingested. Some fucking badass IN bands. How about that?
Nice.
That happened
difficult to say.
organically. Yeah, it does. Say that 14 times straight, man. But yeah, those are some bands to support. And I'll tell you right now, this playlist, I have, let me see, what do I got? 3 more songs that we're going to play for you before I let you go.
Okay.
3 more. It's a playlist of 15 jams. That means you have heard 12 of them so far. And I got to tell you, let's remind everybody what they are, because these bands, I'm so happy with the playlist tonight. It's ridiculous. We opened up with some Alpha Wolf. We played Akudama off of A Quiet Place to Die. Then we played Bark, I'm a Wreck from Written in Stone. Then Chemicide, Overload from Inequality, who we've had on the show. Their interview is in the archives. Then we played Tulkas, Outside or God Creation from the beginning of the end. Then we talked to our pals out of Plague Years. Good band, great release. We played Incantation from Circle of Darkness. The true soundtrack to your fucking year, man. I'm telling you, pick that up. Then we played Mr. Bungles, Raping Your Mind from the Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny demo. We played Warfict, Pestilence from Spectre of Devastation. We played Possession, Beyond the Grave, Disentombed. We played Power Trips, Executioner's Tax, which is one of the best songs. And that totally happened organically there, man. So, the IN bands, they like magnetized themselves to each other on my playlist. So let's play some more metal, though. Let's play some Dead Sun now. We're going to play Dead Sun is the band and the name of the song we're going to play off of the Zenith EP. It's a debut EP, by the way. We didn't have very many debuts tonight. Did you notice that? Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Usually we hit you with at least half of our list has got some debut releases on it, but this week has been pretty devoid of that. That's our big debut, is the Dead Sun release. So get a big drink on for us. If you're new to the show, every week when we say debut, you get your drink on, and we've left you fucking drunks very angry at us tonight, and I apologize. We'll make up for it next week, perhaps. But we're going to play some Dead Sun. Hey, you don't need my permission to drink. Have some. But we're going to play Dead Sun from Zenith. It's a great EP, and it's fucking, these dudes are from Southern Australia. You're going to love it. And let's follow that up, if we may, with some Desolator. Desolator, this fucking Desolator is silly. These guys are out of Sweden. In 2016, they put out an EP called Spawn of Misanthropy, which was fucking ridiculously good. And this release comes out this Friday. So if this song and that EP are your guide, trust me when I tell you, you're going to want to pick this up.
Check it out. Okay.
And again, these bands we're about to play, and the whole band's on the playlist tonight. Scully makes it so easy for you to support them and to show them the love.
Yeah, please go like and follow and subscribe, guys. All of the links to these bands are right in the comments for the pictures, for the title pages for each one of these songs.
Fuck yeah. So if you go on the social media, on the Facebook stuff, we have created the event, which has the pictures that go, the title pictures for every song you see on our playlist tonight is also on our social media, and attached to that is every link you need to support and follow these bands. Everyone.
If it's their Facebook page, or if they have their very own website, or their Bandcamp link, or fucking YouTube, whatever it is. If they have it, we are putting it, except for Instagram and
yeah,
Twitter.
Instagram and Twitter. She doesn't do too much Instagram and Twitter, so
I can't get on board with them.
Fuck them. But we make most of them available. Hey, if you start at the links we've given you, you can make the rest of it happen on your own.
Yeah.
We make it easy.
You'll find them. If
yeah.
you do those things, you can tweet them.
You'll find them. You'll tweet them. You'll meet them.
Yep.
And you'll beat them. So let's play some jams.
Sing a little bird song.
Play a little lullaby. Let's make a let's have a deathy lullaby right now, then, shall we?
All right, let's go.
Let's play some Dead Sun and some Desolator. And you know what? I might just have one more song up my sleeve. Don't go nowhere.
Okay. Good night, guys.
If anything happens to him, I'm gonna fuck you 6 ways to Sunday.
Jeez Louise.
We definitely have the nastiest sex. My cousin's a Sunday school teacher, and she loves anal.
Hey, Ziggy, you copping any Z's over there? No way, man. Mr. Sandman has not paid a visit to my cranial cavity. Hey, man. Yeah? Do you ever think about death? Oh, wow. You are like Kreskin, man. I was just thinking about this really cool Bruce Lee movie. Bruce Lee? Yeah. I saw, man, it was so wild. Where this guy? Yeah. Not Bruce Lee. Okay. But like this other guy. Okay. He gets like, get this, crushed by this giant ant, man. I saw him! Yes! Righteous cool! Yeah. He like picked him up, man, by his pinchers and ate him for lunch. Cool. That's the coolest thing, man. Yeah. Some giant. Yes. Leave the tunes. Turn on the stereo. Crank it on. Crank it! Yeah! I wanna death by misadventure, wanna die face down in some dude's pool. Not gonna kick in my sleep, lying on my dentures. When I die, Jack, it's gonna be real cool. Don't wanna die from drugs, don't wanna go insane like that Pink Floyd guy, Sid. Was being a bus that crashed into a train. Just like all the Osborne did! No, man, it was Randy Rhoads and it was an airplane. Wow, training a plane, cool! I wanna death by misadventure, wanna die face down in some dude's pool. Not gonna kick it in my sleep, baby, lying on my dentures. When I die, Jack, it's gonna be real cool. Don't got no death wish. Suicide is bogus. This practical dude has some years to go. There aren't any rules, I mean nobody told us we couldn't die in the Andes in a lava flow. Oh, cool. Centuries later they find your remains. A charcoal briquette dude buried in his van. Oh, Rachel! Yes! Yes!
Richard! Are you boys still awake up there?
Only your dad is bogus enough to call you Richard, Zig.
Leonard, turn that music down or you're gonna have to sleep at your own house!
Wait, worse than that. Leonard! Okay, alright, Richard.
Boys,
Richard!
Go to sleep now. Boys, go to sleep and turn that guns and butter down!
Guns and butter?
Dead leopards!
Dead leopards! Oh, man. Oh, hey, man, that's a cool Dead Leopards. We should call our band that, man. Oh, Dead Leopards. Yeah! Too cool.
And only a half hour of radio, and then it's off to bed.
Well, that sucks.
And don't you mouth off to me, or I'm gonna slap you right in your penis.
On this day of your struggle, I invoke the Lord of Gates.
my god, did you feel that too? Only best buddies execute pedophiles together.
Oh, what's up out there, Metal-O-Maniacs, man? A little bonus coverage for you tonight, actually, because, look, we outlasted Scully. She's off to searching for a bed somewhere in the house, looking for somewhere to lay down and snooze out. But I fucking got this song in my head. You know, every week, as you know, if you hang out with us, we do 14 songs a week. It's become kind of, we got a little bit of a formula at this point. We do the open and jam, and I like to make that something kind of hardcore-ish, if crossover-ish kind of thing, thrashy. And then we do the 2-punch, you know, and then we do a 3 and a 4, and then we do the interview, and then we, you know, work our way up to the sandwich and stuff. And we play 14 songs. It's just become kind of the formula we do. So I had my playlist all ready to go this week, man, and I'm getting stuff, and I'm getting submissions, and somebody sent me this fucking Thunder Chief song. The Saipan Death March is the name of the song, off of No Sufferance for Thy Fools. This sludgy, doomy project out of Virginia has possessed my soul. It has. I tried to kick it back to next week's playlist. I tried so many times. I literally took it out of the folder for this week about 11 times and moved it. I cut it from this folder and pasted it in that folder for next week's show. And I couldn't sleep. I couldn't lay down. I couldn't make it happen. I literally... This song forced its way into the playlist of our show tonight. It literally did. And you're going to be glad it did, because it's epic, it's fantastic, it's everything we do metal for. It really is. It's literally just fantastic. I love it. I played it probably 50,000 times this week, and I'm going to play it 50,000 more, and I hope that you do with me. And I'm going to play it with you right now to close out our show. Scully's done one off. The lights are down. You know, let's roll up a fatty together, you and me, right now. Let's hang out. And let's close the show with a little Thunder Chief, man. The good stuff. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out, man. Thank you, Eric from fucking Plague Years, for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. And we will be interviewing Psychosomatic on next week's show, number 183. Hard to fucking believe at times, man. So, but we only keep doing it because you keep hanging out with us. So don't stop. Much love and much metal, everybody. See you next week.
Oh shit, what these motherfuckers gonna do?
Sorry I had sex with a chicken. I won't do it again. Bye-bye.
This just in. Scientists have discovered that once you've been infected by Metal-O-Mania, there is no cure. Contact Scully right away for more and more metal to feed the dragon.
This is Eric from Replacire, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania.
Hi, this is Michael Halamoda from Soul Collector, and you are listening to Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt.